Hey everybody, and welcome back. As you can see, I've got the big boy right now, which is kind of funny that some of you guys make fun of me in the past about using this, but I guess if people like World Class Golf and that guy uses it, it's okay, but if I don't, it is. It's kind of a weird thing. But anyways, I got this back so that we can really understand what we're doing. See, a lot of people think that Mr. Hogan was doing something he was absolutely not doing, and that, in my opinion, is kind of what has got people messed up. And the funny part is, this backswing secret movements is not what anybody is doing today. The funny part is, Bobby Jones did it, Byron Nelson did it, Ben Hogan absolutely did it even more than they did. Okay, now think about what I just said. Everybody thinks, you could go out and ask any golfer in the world, what do you think of Bobby Jones' swing? Oh my God, that was the best swing ever, blah. Right, it was. He was a stud. He won, kept his amateur status, all that history stuff. But the swing itself was magical. Why? Because his swing is what allowed him to win. Okay, then here comes Byron Nelson. Boom. Same thing as Hogan, but a little more vertical. Why? Byron Nelson was taller. Okay? So he would do the same backswing secrets that I'm fixing to show you that Mr. Hogan did. And then when Mr. Hogan put it together, it was an art form. An absolutely art form. So if Bobby Jones was doing it, Byron Nelson was doing it, Ben Hogan was doing it, and then after Mr. Hogan, it stopped. Think about that. Why? I have no earthly idea. None. But we're going to get into what that is right now. So if you haven't checked out the masterclass, it is awesome. Hit the link. Go check it out. It's going to help you become the best ball striker you can possibly be. It's not teaching you to swing and be a clone of Mr. Hogan, but it is going to show you how the fundamental things need to be understood in order to make you a world-class ball striker. So let's get into this, okay? If I said to you, hold the club up in front of you, put your trail hand where your palm is facing up, put your lead hand to where your palm is facing down, and grab the club just like this. And then I said to you, how would you get this club face to get over here behind your trail shoulder? Most of you are going to go like this. See, and what that really is most of you are going to go, oh, well, that's simple. That's it. That is not it, guys. This is not how you would get this going here, okay? Now, in this move, it absolutely is. But if I said, look, from this position, you can't move your lead hand. Okay, If I go this way, I move my lead hand. But if I can't move my lead hand, what would I have to do? You're going to sit there for a second, you're going to think about it, and you go, that was pretty simple. Because what you did is you used your elbow like a fulcrum to pull the club head back. And the funny part is, if this hand cannot move laterally, and you say, I can get this club head by pulling this back, you're going to feel this stretch in the lead hand go like this. So let me show you what that would look like this. Now watch this again. Now that we know, in order for me to get the club head back here, I would pull that elbow back, and then my lead wrist is going to go like this. So if I come here and show you what my lead wrist did, it's doing this. Because I pull back with that elbow, and then I bring that lead hand, see what it's really done. Okay, so you've got to understand. I did a video a while back called The Engine of the Trail Elbow. Okay? And that was that was a 2-part video series, and it only really talked about after the takeaway to here. And, I'm going to clean this up a lot more for us so that you truly understand. And for the first time in your life, when you look at a Ben Hogan video, you are going to go, oh my God, why didn't I see this before? Why didn't I see this before? Then you're going to go and you're going to look at a Byron Nelson video and you're going to be, I'll be damned, it's the same thing. Then you're going to go and you're going to look at Bobby Jones and you're going to go, oh my God, it's the same thing. Then you're going to start looking at all these modern players and you're going to be like, it's not the same thing anymore. It's something entirely different. It's like comparing apples to oranges. I know that sounds ridiculous, but that is the truth. Trying to compare Mr. Hogan's swing to the modern swing is, honest to God, like trying to compare apples to oranges, because they are nowhere remotely the same. Mr. Hogan, phenomenal rotation, phenomenal leveraging of the club, all these wonderful things. Okay, so let's get into this. I've got the big club for a reason, because the moderate swing teaches us, this is what we want to do. So all of a sudden, this move is being governed primarily with my hands, and then I take it up, and I get to the top. So let's even do it more like a modern swing. They would go here, then they'd come up, and then they drop it down, and then do this rotation that they're trying to tell us, and all these things, okay? But watch, this is what Mr. Hogan was doing. Watch my trail elbow. It is going to go, my elbow is going like this. My elbow is pulling. Remember, we thought everything moves back. Everything's moving back in this previous video that I did. So now this elbow, right when I take the club away, is doing this. Okay? So really, when it goes past that point, the elbow's going, elbow. Uh-oh. There it is. Oh, my God, I'm inside. The dreadful, you're taking the club far too inside move. And then now, all of a sudden, how do I get the club to the top with the elbow? I keep going, and then you're going to feel something that you've never felt before. What is this? All right? A lot of people think, you've heard everybody, the golf swing's like throwing a ball. And then you get all these guys that have never thrown a ball in their life at a competitive level, like a baseball. You see them all going, you just throw the ball. That is not how you throw a ball. Not at an athletic movement, okay? As a pitcher, what would happen? You would be here. Now, let's say I'm like this, and I'm going to go into a stretch. Then I come into my set position. I come up with this leg. And the first thing I'll do when I separate from the glove, watch my trail elbow. It goes, see how it's going back this way? And then all of a sudden, when I'm starting to throw, this shoulder will move back. So I'm here, boom, starting to throw, elbow went back, shoulder goes back, then it gets my arm. Watch what happens. It goes here, this way, shoulders back, and then the arm goes, boom, just like this. So then now I can get on top of it as I'm throwing it, and I will come through. This is the truth about what Mr. Hogan was doing. He would take his right arm. It's here. It's going to pull back with the elbow, pull back with the elbow again, and then he's going to get up here. Now, this is a very interesting thing, because most of you are going to get a little confused right now trying to do this, so I need to break this down a different way. Okay, what I want you to do right now is I want you to take your arm, put it up like this, like we're waving at everybody. Again, it is awesome to see everybody again. Sorry, there's been a little absenteeism on our part, but Jamie and I have been researching so much stuff that is going to help you guys become the best golfers that you can be. Remember, check out the masterclass, because it's going to help you out. But what I want you to do, hey, everybody, you're waving to me, I'm waving to you. Let's take this trail arm and let's externally rotate it and bring it in to here, okay? Now, if you've done this correctly, and the back part of your triceps are connected to this part of me, and I say, okay, take your thumb and move it right as far as you can. I guarantee you guys, you may be able to go a little bit further than me, but you're not going to be able to go like this, okay? And now it's like, oh, wow, that's as far as I can go, okay? There is a reason for that. So now we're going to gain control of this arm in a way nobody's ever showed you before. So now what we're going to do, instead of doing this movement that we just learned, this is important, but this isn't going to happen right now. You just have to understand this motion. So now when we get set up and I've pulled this elbow back, so this elbow is going up at an angle, which really, to be quite honest, guys, if I went like this with my hands and made a pyramid and I flipped it upside down, you're going to see this is kind of like if we're wearing our underwear, where this underwear V is at right here. So this elbow is going up that V. So now all of a sudden, when the elbow is going up that V, look where it gets to. Now I'm going to take that elbow and I'm going to push it back. Now, remember this move we just did right here? So now I know if it's connected, that's as far as it's going to move. So what do I have to engage? This is where it becomes a lot of fun to finally understand what's going on. So if I say, guys, take your shoulders and turn them internally. I'm not going like this, guys. I'm pushing them internal. Some people are going to call that internal rotation. Some people will say the opposite is external rotation. I don't really care what it is. All I want you to do is feel this. Take your shoulders and go like this and push them into you. So the opposite of that is going to be external. Pull them away from you. And when you do that, you're finally going to feel what it's like to load this right shoulder. End of the story. So watch how it works. So now we're going to get set up like this. We're going to right up that bikini line. So the elbow's gotten us to here where the hands would be. Now I'm going to take the elbow and go back. And when this elbow's going back, you're going to feel yourself moving back even more. Video I did previously to this. So the elbow goes here. And now the arm starts going here. But remember, this is as far as I can move it. So how do I really get it there? Whoop, there with the shoulder. Now all of a sudden I am loaded. So everybody says, well, the biggest problem is people want to come over the top. Okay, fine. Watch what happens. Now that I've got this shoulder loaded and I come over look at that. I can't come over the top because the shoulder is loaded. Most of you that play golf, traditional swing will say, and even people trying to do Hogan, they get here, they go to the top, but they don't get that load in the trail shoulder. So what's the benefit? When we pull this back around us, make that move, now see how you can see my shoulder is loaded. So when this shoulder gets loaded, there's the recentering move. Now when I come down, I cannot come over the top. Simple as that. So what's the benefit of this, guys? This is where it gets absolutely spectacular because now I'm going to use the arm, go to the top, and when I'm going from here to here, it's being done with the shoulder because that's the only movement I've got. There it is. So I'm going to feel this incredible movement here. Now I'm going to attack. Guess what, guys? I've got to bring the elbow in the same V. Here we go. Bingo. Bingo. Hogan all day long. Over the top. Think about this for a minute. Guys, I am getting excited because this is what it's all about. So, modern swing. Watch my elbows. Take it away. This elbow is not going up this V anymore. Uh-oh, we're in trouble. But we do it this way. Pull that elbow. Pull it back more. Go there. Now the downswing. Take the elbow and start attacking the V. Look where you're going to get to, guys. Right there every single time. So we need to understand what this really is, okay? A lot of people are going to say the golf swing is the lever. The fulcrum is right here, and that's great. You can't really debate that because that's pure physics, pure the way a lever is going to move. But what we have to understand, why are we using this elbow? And I'm telling you, go look at Hogan's swing down the line. Go look at Bobby Jones down the line. Go look at Byron Nelson down the line. They are all doing this. What have they done? They have taken the lead arm, the long arm lever, and they are moving it with a pulley system, which is now the fulcrum of the elbow. So it is a pulley moving the lever. Then in the downswing, the elbow is just finding the V. And because of that, you will not go over the top. You won't, because watch this. If I get here and I've gotten to the top correctly the way that we're doing it, the way Mr. Hogan did it, we are going to pull that pulley to the top. Now, if I go over the top, this is no longer on the V. But if I get here and I'm like, yeah, take that elbow and attack the V, guess what's going to happen? You're going to come right back down on a line nobody understands, which Jamie and I call the diagonals. And you're going to learn a heck of a lot more about that in the next couple of weeks. So now, when I'm coming down on what we call the diagonals, the body is going to move back. It is never going to go into early extension. But this is the truth, guys. Start looking for these things when you're looking at Mr. Hogan's swing, and you'll be like, man, I can't believe it. It's been right there in front of me the whole time, because you are now have your eyes open to the correct information where you are going to start seeing the truth instead of me standing up here trying to tell you, other people trying to tell you. They're nowhere close, guys. They're nowhere close. This is where you want to be if you want to have the rotational power that Mr. Hogan had, if you wanted to have the control that Mr. Hogan had, and if you want to become the best ball striker you can be, this is the only place to get the right information. Again, check out the masterclass. It is wonderful, guys. I promise. I've had all kinds of people from all over the world that I've had the privilege to work with because of the masterclass and personal lessons. They're all doing good. All of them. They are shooting under par. Guess what? And that has only happened within a couple months. That's not something that's, oh, guys, it's going to take you 4 years to change your swing. These guys are shooting 66, 69, 67, 65. Numbers that all of you dream about. Okay? All of you dream about it. And they're doing it because they understand the fundamentals that I taught them in the masterclass, which now they're having the time of their lives. Some of them are qualifying for the British Open. Some of them are playing in their local tournaments. But the bottom line is they are players. They're getting better because there is information for a golfer that wants to be a hack. There is a golfer that wants to be a player. And there is a golfer that wants to take it to the next level. And guess what? The master class is about taking it to the next level so that you can be the best player you want to be. And that is not a joke. That is the absolute truth because you are going to have the fundamental basics that is going to be better than the guy you're playing with. End of story, guys. Thanks for taking the time to stop by. Like I said, glad to be back. Glad everybody's watching. Leave comments below because you darn sure know I'm going to answer them. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you next time.